Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you this Wednesday. Hope you're doing well today. I'm going to start us off with a quick meditation from A Quiet Mind by David Koontz. This is about work and play. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Perhaps this adage grew out of the 19th century Industrial Revolution in England when many children knew little of play and too much of work. Think of Oliver Twist. But our own age has nothing to brag about when it comes to balancing work and play. Even if we're talking about adults now. Ask anyone who works with families, physicians, counselors, nurses, lawyers. Workaholism is alive and well, too well. Workaholism is not the same thing as working hard. It is compulsive or addictive working. There's a loss of control, and it certainly isn't just Jack that's affected. Jill has long ago joined the ranks of the dull. Everyone acknowledges the prevalence of workaholism, and everyone seems to decry it. And yet we don't attain the balance we say we want. How do we get into such a sorry state? I wish I had a definitive answer for that, but maybe the solution is simple. Play more. Ask yourself some questions to get you going. How do you play? How often do you play? With whom do you play? Do you play at all? Games, sports. And those are not always play. Have you forgotten how to play? No problem. Just watch children for a while and then ask to join in. You know, there is a simple but often overlooked fact. It is extremely difficult to achieve a balance between work and play, given the realities and demands of our modern life. It almost never happens on its own. You have to make it happen in accordance with your values and your priorities and with purpose and planning. Otherwise, most of the time, work wins. Saints, I've heard, and I believe this, that work has become the new secular religion in America. Work is the thing that we will give the best of ourselves to. We will pour our energy and our time into it. Work is the thing that we think defines who we are, gives us value. And so when we are not working, we feel like we're doing something wrong. But the reality is there has to be a balance between our work and our play or our recreation, those activities that rebuild our soul, that give us meaning aside from the purpose that we have defined as our vocation. We cannot work all the time. We will burn ourselves out. We will lose sight of what matters. We have to have time for play. But that's hard. Because younger and younger now, we are orienting our lives around success and around competition, around being the best at whatever we do. Even, young teens, I think, get swept up into this mindset of success, and you have to be constantly at work, doing something, producing something, training yourself for something, never just taking a step back and enjoying something for what it is. I mean, that's the key. That's what play and what recreation really are all about. Enjoying something just for its own sake, without having to excel at it, without having to be the best at it. When we turn sports and games into competition, it's no longer play, right? It has become a different form of work. When we are trying to do something in order to be better at it than someone else, that's not play. Play is when we don't care who's best. All we care is that we are having a good time with whoever we're sharing that activity or that experience with. I've been to this conference called ARW at Montreat. It's Arts, Recreation, and Worship. I've gone a couple of times, and I love it every time. It's oriented around youth pastors and children's ministries, because those are the people who are most often engaged in play, but it's the kind of thing that all people need to be able to do. All people are welcome at the ARW conference. In fact, two of the saints there, Glenn and Evelyn Bannerman, who have been doing that for many, many years, they were well into their 70s or 80s. They were still leading workshops because they had the profound understanding of the importance of play in our lives for the sake of caring for our own souls. Play is something that all of us need. We need to be able to have spaces where we step back from that productive and that competitive side of our life and get a better perspective. So, Saints, that's your challenge this week. Think about where and when do you play? Who do you play with? What is play for you? And if you can't think of anything that counts as play in your life, that's your homework. Figure something out this week and play. Get started on doing something that you don't have to do. Saints, that's your devotion this week. Hope you are doing well and staying healthy. I will be praying for you, and I hope you'll keep praying for me. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care, Saints.